So I do have something to admit while we're on the subject of podcasts. I saw a Joe Rogan clip that I agreed with it so much that I was jumping up and down. I really was.
Who was the guest? Because
doesn't matter, because it was Joe Rogan talking about it.
Oh.
But what he was talking about was just people being offended by comedy.
Yeah.
And you know that I'm sensitive about this.
I think I watched the same clip recently.
So I'm sensitive about this because I do say shit. We've talked about this. We talked about it on the show last week. I say shit at shows sometimes that's offensive. I say stuff on here that some people might find offensive or whatever, but I say it in jest. Sometimes what Joe Rogan is saying that, sometimes comedians take liberties and say things that they don't mean.
Right.
And, the way that he compared...
Wait, did I send you this clip?
No, I saw it.
Okay. Because I watched that same clip.
You couldn't have sent it to me. You're in Facebook jail.
Oh, that's right.
But he goes... I just thought this was so brilliant. He's just like, you can get up there and you can talk about mass shootings and try to make that stuff funny. Obviously, it's not funny. This and this are not funny. I mean, again, we went and saw Anthony Jeselnik, who did 30 minutes on dropping babies. Okay. Do I think dropping babies is funny? Do I think Anthony Jeselnik actually drops babies? Absolutely not.
Right.
Did I laugh my ass off? Yes, I did. I mean, I laughed. I mean, and the more offensive he went, the more the crowd just roared because that's the kind of comedy he's doing. So what Joe Rogan said was, we don't really think that Bob Marley shot the sheriff.
Right.
And I'm going, right. That's the whole point. Like,
he may not even shot anybody.
And you know what? The thing about comedians is if you don't like what they say, turn the channel off. Don't go to the show.
It's like
don't be offended just to be offended by something that you're not participating in anyway.
That's the thing. Like, they don't always mean what they're saying, like you said. I mean, it's just that shock value thing. It's the same reason that people go on fucking roller coasters, or the people that like to do, like, you just want that discomfort. You go there for that weird out of your fucking comfort zone,
But this is why there can't be such a thing as hate speech. It's just free speech. There's free speech that you don't like, and there's free speach that you like. Right. It's all free speech.
Yeah,
okay.
Hold on.
No.
Wait, I do have to. We don't have to get into this, but I do need to recycle an Anthony Jeselnik joke. He just goes, "How can it be called a hate crime if I love doing it so much?" Again, he's not out doing hate crimes, and it just got me to thinking.
But my point is, if you make a joke, that comes across hateful, who's gonna say if that's hate speech or not?
Right.
Because one person's gonna go, that was hateful, that joke was hateful.
Yeah.
Okay, but now you've just classified that as hate speech, and now he can't say that joke anymore.
Yeah,
that's why there
can't
be hate speech.
The whole point of entertainment.
There can be hateful things that are said, but you can't make that illegal.
Where I'm coming from is from an entertainment perspective. Casey and I went to possibly the most offensive show I've ever seen, called Absinthe in Las Vegas.
They come for you next. That's all I'm saying.
Those motherfuckers, they go out on stage and tell you that you're going to see about a fourth of the crowd get up in the first 10 minutes and leave.
They do.
And they fucking do. Okay?
Yeah, they don't.
But I just want to back up 1 second on just this offensive shit, right? Who is one of the biggest stars in the world right now, or ever, and it's on kids' movies and this movie, and he's coming to town soon, and everybody's excited. Let's break down all of the stuff that Ice Cube has said over his career, and now it's cool to take our kids to see his movies?
Right.
Wait, Dr. Dre, are you giving... how much offensive shit is his name on? And all your kids have his fucking headphones on. Right? So, lighten up. Everybody lighten the fuck up. And you know what? You don't like it, don't support it. But entertainment is entertainment. And, I just think you come to my show, you know what you're in for. Luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had a problem with this. But I'm scared, just like everybody else is in this, because I do.
You could say one thing.
Yeah, I consider myself a comedian as much as I do a musician, because that's part of my show. Okay, and I do. I'm a little, for lack of a better term, gun shy.
Because the guys that are fighting against that now, that are more not entertainment, that are more not jokes, that are fighting against, hey, free speech should be free speech. If they get past that and those guys are knocked out of the way,
right,
you're next. You're next.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Oh, no, I know that.
Okay.
And that's just it. It's like, I think if you can pick apart, you know, I mean, look who's in trouble right now. I mean, Samantha Bee is in trouble. And it's like, no, you did send me a really great clip. A lot of it I agreed with, a lot of it I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd agree with everything.
I got where he was going with it, because I really did. Some of the stuff that he says, Rich sent me a thing about comedy and what's funny and what's not. And some of the things that the guy is a little bit leaning to the right. A smidge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So some of the things that he said weren't funny. I was like, I don't know. That's kind of fucking funny. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just like whatever Trump joke or whatever. It's like, I don't know. The fucking Trump thing's funny. The political humor has gotten this country through decades and decades of everything, whether it's from a cartoon or it's from a late night comedian. Jesus Christ. If Jay Leno wouldn't have had a show if Bill Clinton wouldn't have been president.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the ratings would have, that's it. So I don't know.
Yeah, that clip was based around the Tracy Ullman therapy session thing that she released recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried that we're not going to have funny shit out there anymore. I mean, it takes a lot to make me laugh hard, and maybe it is just that I'll just fucking say, I am funnier than most of the comedians I see on television. I fucking am. And I can't write stand-up comedy and go up on stage and do it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I just don't think that. So it takes a lot for somebody to come out and just make me fucking laugh. And you know what? Since the George Carlin days, it's the offensive shit. It's the fucking, the true to life shit. The shit that makes you think. It's offensive because it makes you think, I'm not going to drop a baby. Right? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, it totally makes sense.
It's like nobody in here's dropping a baby. And he really did do 20 minutes on it, on dropping babies. And man, he took it to a place that, and by his last punchline, I mean, people stood up and roared. And it was the saddest thing ever, But anyway, I'm sorry, Casey. I kept cutting you off because I was on a rant, and I do apologize for that. Damn it. But anyway, God, I'm out of breath after that. Jesus Christ, I feel like we just did cardio.
No, what I was gonna say was there is this weird gray area now though too, where like the Kathy Griffin thing. Mm-hmm. Because she has this image of what she's doing now. It's all daytime and New Year's Eve and all that stuff. But she used to be kind of an offensive comedian, right?
Yeah, I loved her.
But now she's not allowed to do those things, which I get because she's trying to do this new personality. So she kind of has to. I feel like she does kind of have to censor herself because she's this new.
Right. Well,
thing.
It's because.
But if she was just still the offensive comedian, fuck it, hold up the stupid head.
Yeah,
I think
I think a lot of times it's who delivers it. And again, I think you could have taken that same bit, and if you would have put, I don't know who you'd say. I mean, let's say Cat Williams did it.
No, I don't think that'd go over well.
Okay, that would not go over well. I don't know. I don't know. Another super offensive person or whatever.
Yeah, freaking until recently, Roseanne Barr got away with anything. I mean, she dressed up like Hitler and put little gingerbread cookies with Stars of David on them and in an oven and take a photo shoot. I mean,
but she gets high and tweets something, it's over.
The scary thing about all of that is, and I do think that the Kathy Griffin thing was stupid and whatever. I think
but she should have been smarter than that.
She should have been smarter than that, and I just think that everybody rushing to just bail out.
You're talking about the severed head thing.
Yeah,
I am. Hold on, I don't want to interrupt.
She could have gotten away with that.
I don't want to interrupt you. I just got to do
Jaret's opening a bit. I don't want to. I just have to.
She could absolutely have gotten away with that if everybody wasn't being so sensitive on that side, because she's on the left, and the left is all sensitive about speech and everything. You can't say this. You can't say. So basically, the right just threw their own, put a mirror up and go, oh, you can't do that because of your own rules.
Right.
That's the problem. She should absolutely been able to do that, and it should have been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a little
I
the
think
whole violence
thing. It's a little bit blurred.
It
blurry.
wasn't that long ago that they were literally, getting videos all over the place.
But no one would care if everyone was just goofing off and having fun.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Let me put it in perspective.
All right, do that.
Kathy Griffin does it. Whatever. Let's say Betty White does that.
Hilarious.
It would have been literally the funniest thing anyone's ever seen. And I guarantee you Trump would have fucking thought it was funny. He would have been like, oh, Betty White, I love the Golden Girls. Or
she
whatever.
wasn't doing it as a joke. She was doing it as a political statement.
Honestly,
100% correct.
I think if she had owned it, she would have gone further than coming out sobbing 2 days later going, I'm really sorry.
I agree.
100%
Because you knew what you're doing when you
if
took
she
that
went,
picture.
fucking take a joke.
Yeah.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ,
like
I was kidding.
Everybody else is doing
all
all
this
this
on her
stupid
hands
shit.
and knees crying, and that made it look like you did the wrong thing. If she had just said, fuck you, I'm a comedian.
It just wasn't funny, too.
I do agree. I don't think it was a funny joke. It was a funny attempt at a statement. It was an attempt at a funny statement that she was trying to make about the president with the headless thing. Again, Betty White does that. Somebody's fucking puts her up to it or whatever. I think Will Ferrell could fucking get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't know that he
funny
couldn't
anymore.
Well, again, who knows? Anyway, I fucking nailed it on Betty White. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Should have quit while you're ahead.
Roadhouse.